Alright, how many people have ever met some straight identifying lady who admits to really loving the cock and like dropping kids and shit, but who admits to getting really drunk in college one time and having a girlfriend for a week and said that she would do it all over again one day? Well, you wouldn't call her a lesbian. Like, you wouldn't be like, hey, you're a lesbian! You could only do it if you were a lesbian. Oh, but a guy does the same thing. Oh, man. Build 1,000 bridges and nobody calls you an engineer, but if you suck one dick, you get called a fag for the rest of your life. I'm staying tonight at the Hotel 1000, and I'd like to talk for a minute about their toilets. See, next to the toilet is a diagram of a guy sitting down with a stream of water up his ass next to a button. So I pushed the button. And all of a sudden, I was that guy. And then next to that diagram is another diagram with another button that says, oscillate. And I thought, oh, well, why not? And all of a sudden, it was then that I realized that 50 million gay men can't be wrong. Oh, God. Wednesdays, huh? Oh, I just hate them. I know, I just hate them. Oh, hey, new guy. It's Howard, actually. Hi, Howard. Hi. I'm Kathy, and this is Kathy. Welcome aboard. Thanks. I'll see y'all around. Okay, bye. Well, Izzy? Contemporary scholars have modified the original Kinsey scale and sexuality continuum, suggesting that sexual identities are no longer conveniently determined based solely around sex acts. In our culture, we tend to rigidly categorize our peers in a binary of gay or straight, when it's oftentimes not even our place to do so. While it may be helpful to identify one another's sexual identities for socio-political progress, we have to embrace the possibilities that for many of our peers and friends, their sexual identities aren't based solely around their sex acts. So, with the pros, Gray Rights Now and There's No P in LGBTQITSLFA by Dan Savage. The drama, Kids in the Hall, Season 1, Episode 16, Izzy. Angels in America by Mike Nichols and Tony Kushner. Behavioral Problems by Ron White and a guest lecture by Dan Savage at Central Washington University. A series of literature that I guess you could call a program, even though in a couple of years it may change its identity and attach it to a new label. And that's cool. Oh my God, but Izzy, I need to know. Well, I don't really know any. Oh my God, you don't know any gay people? Well, there's Grayson in the mailroom, but he's not gay. No, he explained it to me one day over a long liquid lunch. Let me get this straight. He said, he only sleeps with men some of the time to prove to himself that he doesn't like it. But what about his boyfriend? He said his boyfriend is a smokescreen. It's a smokescreen for his heterosexuality. He said it's all reversed nowadays. I was talking to my buddy the other day, and he said, you know, I think the world would be better if it wasn't for all the queers. And I said, next time you have a thought, let it go. Because we're all gay. He's like, oh, no, I'm not gay. And I said, oh, well, do you like porn? And he said, yeah, man, you know I love my porn. And I said, well, do you like watching two women? No, man, I like watching a man and a woman making love. And I said, well, do you like watching a little half-flaccid penis? He said, no, man, I like a big, hard-throbbing cock. There's this lesbian firefighter in Seattle who kind of looks like a grown-up version of Rolf. Who's kind of like this androgynous mix of like feminine features and masculine features that totally spins my crank. And for a couple of years, I've been walking by the firehouse, and I would say to myself, God, he's hot. ... For a lady. But like, if she asked me once to just go back to her firehouse chamber sleeping quarter thing or whatever and do it just this one time, oh, I would, and I would film it. And then I would show all of you the videotape, and Not a single person in this room would think I was straight after watching it. Oh God, here he comes. Here he comes. Okay, let's find out. Okay. Hey, Howard. Hi. Howard, we're trying to figure out what we want to have for lunch, and we were just wondering if you can help us. Okay. Sure. Okay, so should we have the steak or are the asparagus and pasta salad? I guess you could kind of have a bit of both. Oh, a bit of both. Oh my God, it's a bit of both. All right, well, what would you want to drink? I like a good beer. Oh, he likes beer, okay. Or a glass of white wine is nice, I find. Oh, he likes beer and wine. Okay, okay, well, thanks, Howard. Bye. Bye, Howard. Bye. He's bye! How dare you assume that I'm insert perfectly reasonable assumed sexual identity here? I happen to be a perfectly reasonable, proud member of the newly minted sexual identity that the person being admonished neglected to read the memo about here community. I can only imagine how all the heteronormative, cisgendered non-queers must feel. Why the fuck are you telling me this? Huh? Oh, go ahead, say it. It's because you're a... Starts with an H. Because you're a homosexual. Know what your problem is? You're hung up on labels. You think they mean what they're supposed to mean. Homosexual, gay, lesbian, straight, pansexual? Oh no. There's no P in LGBTQITSLFA. Look, I'm a great, big, self-identified fag, but even I think that this is a little ridiculous. I generally fall in the more the merrier the camp, but nowadays I think that all this aimless proliferation of new sexual identities is less of an effort to find just the right word to describe every beautiful flower in our queer garden, and more like an effort to find new shit to get offended about. You think these tell you who a person sleeps with? They don't tell you this. Like all labels, they refer to one thing and one thing only, where you fall in a pecking order. Not about who I fuck, or who fucks me, but who picks up the phone when I call. This is what a label refers to. To someone who doesn't understand, homosexual is what I am because I have sex with other men. But unlike every other man for whom this may be true, what I am is defined entirely by who I am. Because a straight man can have the same thing. Like me and the lesbian firefighter. A straight man can find that one guy that does it for him. And he doesn't have to be gay. He doesn't have to identify as anything, straight or gay or... Sexual identity is who you want to be, and who you tell people you are, and it's just not black and white anymore. It's gray. I'm a big supporter of gray rights for flaming, screaming, gray individuals like me. So, no, I'm not going to tell you to identify as anything other than just you.